Guys, give me a wave if you can see me. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Give me a wavy thumbs up if you can see and hear me. Okay, so for today, we're going to do a basic warm-up and then we're going to move on to some fitness fun. So some more fitness today, more fitness based. So you got standard fitness and conditioning, and also some martial arts fitness. And then for the footwork, I'm going to do basic footwork as a little bit of a breather in between the fitness side of things. So, we're bearing. Okay, so start jogging on the spot. Very nice, easy warm up to begin with. Jogging on that spot. Then we're going to get knees up. And we're going to go heels up. Okay, so then we're going to go into star jumps, different types of star jumps that we're going to do. We're going to go standard star jumps, just standard star jumps to begin with. Then we're going to go without the arms. So our legs keep going, but without the arms. Then feet forwards and backwards on them feet. Forwards and backwards on the feet. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to go arms forwards and backwards and feet forwards and backwards. Now we're going to go feet side to side, but arms forwards and backwards. That one's weird. Feet forwards and backwards, arms up and down. Okay, so now feet side to side and your arms go forwards and backwards. So your feet inside to sides and your arms are going forwards and backwards. That one's a bit weird if you don't get timing right. Okay, shake it all loose. Look up and down. Left and right. Ear and shoulder. And back. Ins and outs. Ooh. At the waist. If you've been doing any of our press-up challenges, your chest will be hurting as much as mine. Good, okay. So now we're going to start with a bit of fitness on the legs. So you're just going to hop forwards and backwards, very, very simple. Forwards and backwards, forwards and backwards, forwards and backwards. Very, very simple. Just forwards and backwards. And of course you can switch to the other side, so you can go forwards and backwards on the other side. So now you're going to go back onto the normal side, and you're just going to do jump fan number 1. So you're going to count 1, 2, jab. 1, 2, jab. 1, 2, jab. Nice and simple. So you can go back to the other side as well if you so choose. You can change to the other side. 1, 2, jab. 1, 2, jab. So every third one you're doing that jab. Okay, so go back to your left lead. This time we're going to go 1, 2, jab, jab, cross. 1, 2, jab, jab, cross. If you want it a little bit more advanced, you go 1, 2, jab, jab, cross. 1, jab, jab, cross. 1, jab, jab, cross. So there's only a gap of 1 each time then. So instead of a gap of 2 jumps, we've only got a gap of 1 jump this time. And again, you can switch to the other side. So you can do the other side. So you can go 1, jab, jab, cross. 1, jab, jab, cross. If you haven't already guessed it, what's coming next is number 3. So if you want to, you can have 1, 2, jab, jab, cross, cross up, cross. And then a gap if you want to. If you don't want that gap, you go jab, jab, cross up, cross, jab, jab, cross up, cross, jab, jab, cross up, cross. So you're constantly punching. Awesome. And you can go the other's lead as well. So you can go jab, jab, cross up, cross, jab, jab, cross up, cross. If you think you can do it, you can add in number 4, number 5, and number 6. It isn't easy though. It isn't easy at all to try and get number 4, 5, and 6 in that gap there. So jab, cross up, cross, cross up, cross. Jab, cross up, cross. So your feet have to move at a different pace than your hands. Okay, Tom, get a quick drink. Because next we're going to have fun. So do we know jump from 1 to 6? Let me know in the chat if you know jump from 1 to 6. So just put it in the chat if you do, if you're confident with 1 to 6. So just type in the chat, go in, yes I am, or maybe not. Think so? Yeah, you are. Good. Okay. So here's the fun bit. Depending on how much you want to do, it depends on how much. Depends on how much of an exercise you do with each one. So if you want a nice basic, you're adding the squatting. If you want a little bit more, you can have a sprawling. If you want a little bit more, you can have tuck jumping. If you want even more, you do an entire burpee in between. Okay. So the whole thing is you do 1 of number 1, 2 of number 2, 3 of number 3, 4 of number 4, 5 of number 5, and 6 of number 6. But in between each one, you've got to do one of those exercises. Okay, but once you stick to that exercise, you need to stick to it. So if you're choosing burpees, try and stick to those burpees. Try and stick to those burpees. Yes, you don't have to. You can switch to a squat, nice easy squat, but try and stick to it. So so I'll try and explain a little bit more. So we start with jump van number 1, and we go jump. You do the exercise. So if I'm just going to do a squat, you do a squat. Then you do number 2. Do the exercise. Number 2 again. Do the exercise. Number 3. You do 3 times. Number 4, you do 4 times. Number 5, you do 5 times. And 6, you do 6 times. So let's go. So number 1, jab, exercise. 2, exercise. 2, exercise. 3, exercise. 3, exercise. 3, exercise. 4, exercise. 4, exercise. 5, 4, exercise. 4, exercise. 5, 5 times. 5 times. So 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, and then 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jab, cross, hook, cross, uppercut, cross. Jab, cross, hook, cross, uppercut, cross. Jab, cross, hook, cross, uppercut, cross. I think that's 5. Jab, cross, hook, cross, uppercut, cross. Once you get to the end of 6, you just start from 1 again. So once you finish number 6, you start from 1 again. You can change the exercise if you want to. Once you've gone to number 6, change the exercise if you need to. It will tire you out. It is quite good. It's definitely good for your cardio. If you're doing the burpees, good for your legs. It's good for your arms, the speed of your arms. You've got to keep moving your arms. Even when they start to feel heavy, you need to move them as fast as possible. When they start to feel heavy and you want to drop them, keep them up, because that trains you a lot more. When you start to ache or when you start to feel heavy in the muscles and you're still moving them, you're still keeping good form, that's when it's important. That's when it'll pay off in things like the sparring or any self-protection scenario that you need. When you can use your arms when you feel tired, when you get the adrenaline dumping, and straight after when your arms are going, oh, then that's when it'll work. They're training your body to work even with those tired muscles. Okay, time. Get a quick drink. So now we'll do a little bit of basic footwork to give you like a little bit of a rest. So basic footwork to give you a bit of a rest. So the first one we're going to do is that 4-way footwork. Just make sure my hands are high. I'm just going to go forwards, backwards, left and right. And I'm going to go at this pace because it does allow me to have that rest at that pace. Yes, you can go at this pace, but at the moment you're just having that rest. This is your active rest period. Try not to flare your elbows out. We're not doing the chicken dance, we're keeping the elbows in. And again, you can go one way or you can go into your right lead as well, left lead or right lead, that's absolutely fine. So now we can add one in. You can either do this on its own or you can add it in either way. I'm completely happy. You can add it onto the end. So I'm going to add in the pivot. So I'm going to add the pivot in. And again, I can pivot back the other way. So I can go forwards, backwards, left and right. Pivot one way, pivot back. Forwards, backwards, left and right. Pivot one way, pivot back. So I'm adding that in, or if you want to just practice the pivot on its own, that's absolutely fine. This is your time to concentrate on the technique of that footwork. You can ultimately add it into your shadow boxing like we have done in previous lessons. So we can go forwards, backwards, left, right, pivot one way, pivot back. Forwards, backwards, left, right, pivot one way, pivot back. So now we're going to add in another footwork, the pendulum, the basic pendulum step. So pendulum, feet together, feet apart, feet together, feet apart, feet together, feet apart, feet together, feet apart. Again, you can add that in, so you can go 4-way footwork, forwards, backwards, left, right, pendulum, pendulum, pivot, pivot. Or if you want to add it in a different way, that's absolutely fine as well. The way I tend to do it is forwards, backwards, left, right, pendulum, pendulum, pivot, pivot. Just concentrate on either your footwork, making your footwork as good as it can be, or if you have a tendency to drop your hands, which a lot of people do, concentrate on keeping your hands up as you move. That's it. That's it. All you got to concentrate is, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect at all, but you just have to have your concentration of keeping those hands up. If you're so used to your footwork, you keep that hands up all the time. So you're concentrating, you are embedding in your head that you are keeping them hands up all the time. And then it becomes second nature. You no longer have to think about keeping your hands up anymore. Okay, time. Are we ready for the next round? So, how many of you have done a broken down burpee? Yeah, maybe. Okay, so it breaks down into 4, 5, maybe 6 different parts. So the first one is very, very simple. You're just going to squat, touch the ground and squat. So you touch the ground, squat. Very easy. Very easy. Touch and squat. Touch and squat. Touch and squat. That's all you're going to do. Very easy. Try not to stick your bum out. Keep your back straight. Because more work for your legs then. More work for your legs. Okay, the next bit. So you're just going to keep your legs straight, but you're going to tuck jump from there. So you're not going to squat, you're just going to tuck jump with your legs from standing point. So you tuck jump on the spot, tuck jump on the spot. And try and get some height on it. Tuck jump. Just make sure I have got to be careful of not hitting my roof. I have headbutted my roof a couple of times and it does hurt. Okay, so now you add the two together. So squat, tuck jump, squat, tuck jump. Fun, fun, fun. And then you are about halfway through or a third of the way through the burpee. Okay, so now we're going down the ground a little bit. So now we start like this and we go out. So you hold that plank. Hold that plank. Just hold the plank. Nice straight back. Your bum's not on the ground. Your bum's not up in the air. You just hold that plank. That is part of the burpee. You hold that plank. The next bit will be coming up soon. So the next bit where you jump in and out with your feet. Hands down the floor, but you're in and out with them feet. So now we can do that. So you jump in your legs in and out. Hold that burpee for a couple of seconds. In and out. Hold that burpee a couple of seconds. In and out. Just holding that burpee for a few seconds each time. Okay, so the next bit is you start from a stand, you touch the ground, you're out, you're in, and you stand. No jump yet. So squat, touch the ground, out, hold the plank, then back up again. It's great to break down techniques like this. Absolutely fantastic breakdown techniques or any exercise, because you get a lot more exercise through it. And the next bit is where you add the tuck jump on. So you add the tuck jump on. If you want a bit more of workout on top of that, every time you go into the plank position, you do press up and then you do back up again. So you can go down, press up, back up again. That adds an extra element of strength into it. Doing awesome, guys. You're doing absolutely awesome. I can see you working. I can see you doing it. I can just see your heads popping up every so often. Okay, time. Get a quick drink. Get a quick drink. How are we feeling? Tired yet? Okay, so now we're going to add a little bit more shadow boxing, but you're going to do speed a little bit more with the shadow boxing than anything else. So you're just going to be moving around. Don't really matter too much about your footwork at the moment, but you are constantly going to be doing straight punches. Okay, you're straight punching constantly. You can go jab, 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 cross, jab, cross, cross, jab, jab, cross, jab, cross, jab, cross. But you're constantly doing those straight punches. So I'm constantly moving around, just doing straight punches. I can change my level, I can go up and down, I can switch leads, but I'm doing constant straight punches. Let's go. Constant straight punches. Let's go. Quick, quick, quick. Move them feet, change your level, but are you constantly straight punching? Non-stop with their hands, non-stop with them hands. If one of your hands has stopped, your other one's doing something with you. If that one stopped, then this one's going to move, or you can replace each one. Constantly punching out as you move. I'm not worried about having it perfect. I'm just moving them hands constantly. So they're constantly uppercut motion. So you're constantly uppercutting. As you're moving, you're constantly uppercutting. So I can go double uppercut, I can just use the same one, go up and nearly fall across into there. It will happen when you feel like you want to put another type of punch in. Don't worry about it. Constant uppercutting. Constant hooks now. So you can go constantly hook punching, constantly hooks. Constant hooked punching. So you can go uppercuts and you can go hooks. So you can go uppercuts, hooks, hooks and uppercuts, hooks and uppercuts. Any combination that you want, but hooks and uppercuts. Okay, every type of punch that you can do now. Any ones that you want to add in now. But constantly punching as you're going, constantly moving your hands. If your feet are moving, that's great, but your hands have got to constantly be moving. Your hands don't stop. Hands do not stop moving at a single moment. They've got to constantly be moving. This will be tiring your arms out now. I can see some of your arms are tiring already. That's a good thing. Like I said before, if you can keep going when your arms are tired, when you can keep your guard up when your arms are tired, that's a good thing. Instead of punching from the chest, keeping them hands up and punching from your chin on your face, keeping that guard up all the time as you're punching. Okay, so now constant footwork. So don't worry about the hands, but your feet have got to be moving fast as they're moving. So you've got to constantly be moving them feet really fast on them feet. Okay, time. Get a quick drink. Get a quick drink. So we'll finish with a little bit of the conditioning. So we'll condition the arms a little bit. So we'll do some press ups. Nice, fantastic press ups. If you've been doing the press up challenges or the press up tips that have been on the groups, then you will feel this and I certainly have been, so I do feel it. But they do work, and it does help out in the long run. So to begin with, you're going to do nice, simple, basic press-ups. So I like to start on the ground because I find it harder to push up. You can have your feet off the ground, that's absolutely fine as well. You can keep your feet off the ground. Preferably, if you can, you have your feet on the only other point on the ground. So you're pushing up and down. Don't worry about the number. You don't have to think about the number. You just have to keep doing them press ups up and down. Even if you can get yourself a little bit off the ground each time, that sounds good as well. You don't have to go all the way up. You can just start by going up a couple of inches each time. So now we're going to go into diamonds. So the diamonds underneath, so diamonds underneath your chest, fingers and thumbs touching. If you can't do there, then open it up a little bit wider. That's absolutely fine as well. Okay, so now we're going to have one arm in front each time. So every time we come up, one arm is going to go in front for a couple of seconds before you put it back down. One arm, front, couple of seconds, back down. So you've got to balance on that one arm. Have your legs wider, and it stops you rotating your hips so much. You don't want to rotate your hips, you want to keep yourself in straight line, keep the core strong, keep the core balanced. Next one, if you can do it, again, don't worry if you can't do it, just do a normal press up, or I'll give you a variation. So the easier variation is to push yourself off the ground as you come up. The harder variation is to clap. So you clap every time you come up, clap every time you come up. If you need to, just push yourself off the ground a little bit. So there's ways of building up this as you go. Another variation of that, a harder variation, is a chest tap. So every time you come up, you tap your chest and then you back down again. So every time you come up, you tap your chest and back down again. So that one is a bit harder, so just be careful with that one. Okay, time. And back up. So I hope that you enjoyed that anyway. A bit of fitness rather than just doing the techniques, concentrating more on the fitness side today. Fitness is important, obviously. Fitness is important. It's also a major goal for a lot of you guys. A lot of you people, a lot of you joined for fitness originally. So it is important for everybody. I understand that. Obviously, the more you use of your body, the better. Because if you stick with just doing a single motion, your body becomes used to that. So your body adapts to that single motion. So each time then, you use less and less energy, and your body just counters it. So to constantly move your body, like martial arts teaches us, then it is a good thing for the fitness as well, because you do constantly move every single part of your body eventually. So I hope that helps. Just again, let me know what you like, and I'll try and incorporate some of it into the classes. So if you let me know in the comments, then just I'll try and incorporate more of it into it. Okay, hope that helps. I hope you've enjoyed it, and we're just about out. So that's it, done. So if you want to call down later on, by the way, we do a shadow boxing. So just a shadow box later on, and it helps you cool down. If any of you are interested in a one-to-one session, let your respective chief instructor know. program manager now. I will be typing up the addresses at the end. So I'll type up the addresses, their email addresses, so you can get in contact with them. Cheers, guys. We've got Bear out. Cheers, guys.